exciting entrance theme there. I'm going to give Pat props once again for that opening. The producer that's in the background that you can't see here, and his brother Brian are helping us out tonight. I want to go over a few things before we get started, same as every week. Who's going to the reality rally? Who on the panel? Anybody? Am I the only one?
We are.
Oh, you are. See you guys there. Which is next month in Temecula, California. Go check out realityrally.com. And here's Jillian and her little spiel for the reality rally. So go ahead and roll that. And the one, and the two.
Hi, this is Jillian from Survivor Gabon and Reality Rally. We had the most amazing event last April, and we're doing it again in April, and there's something in it for you, for everybody. You can come and play a 4-hour amazing race game. 3 fun, enthusiastic people paired with a reality star. You can sponsor, donate, fundraise, volunteer, party, watch for free. There's something in it for everybody. Come on down, check it out, realityrally.com.
And in addition, I always try to give something every year. Last year I gave a signed guitar by a ton of Big Brother people and a handful of rock stars to Reality Rally. And this year, Jeannie Buss, who is a huge Big Brother fan, Jerry Buss's daughter, girlfriend or wife, I'm not sure, of Phil Jackson, who has more NBA championship rings than I have fingers, gave me 4 tickets to a Lakers Mavericks game, and she's always given me great seats. So you can bid on 2 of those seats to join me and my buddy Ricky Rackman, who was host of Headbangers Ball on MTV. He was host of Daisy of Love on VH1, hosted Loveline on K-Rock with Dr. Racing Rocks, to join us at the Lakers game on the 15th versus the Mavericks, which is, I believe, a Sunday afternoon at the Staples Center. That auction will be going up very soon, and I will give you the link. Thank you very much on that. What else? I got a chat going on next Saturday for any Big Brother fans or just assholes that want to talk shit to me. Check my Facebook, check my Twitter, and we will get to that. Will be next Saturday. And donations, this does cost us money to do this with between the bandwidth and the conferencing software. So if you can go to I feel like I'm back at the pound. Hey, asshole. So if you could go to RTV Zone and hit the donation button, I would appreciate it. And we had a challenge by the Cat Ladies saying that for every one of the Cat Ladies, Big Brother has a lot of Cat Lady fans, donate $1 per cat. I feel like I'm on Jerry Lewis telethon or something with this. Anyhow, thank you for that. And don't forget to watch our Survivor recaps on Thursday night. Now, got all that shit out of the way, and we can get to this ridiculous episode where we will get to the part where Brendan lands right on his ass, but that'll be towards the end of the episode because I know that we all enjoyed that, right?
Yes.
On the manure-laden little platform, not platform,
he
but
literally
pad that he jumped on. It was pretty funny. So let's start off with Art and JJ. They kept their name pretty well throughout the whole thing, from the time that, of course, they all piled up at the bus stop, at the train station, at the planes, whatever the hell it was, where everybody gets the even start once again. I don't even know why they bother letting people go one at a time, because they, 5 minutes later, they're all piled up at the same place again. But they did a pretty good job with that. Let's go around the horn here. Which one would you guys have taken? Fairy Tale or Champion Male? Now that was kind of come on, that was an odd competition, right? Wouldn't it be weird to like grooming somebody's beard? It's just kind of like odd to me.
I don't know. Facial hair is kind of like, I don't know. It's like kind of like pubes to me. I wouldn't want to touch that. Like,
I don't know if I would go that far.
I don't know.
Now that would be a competition.
I think I would have done we would have done the braiding one too.
Shape.
You would have went for the braiding one?
No, yes. No, I wouldn't. I actually would have went for the gingerbread one. Yeah.
I think I would have stuck with the gingerbread one myself, but Mallory says she would have went for the braiding of the beard. or it wasn't braiding, it was more creating of the beard.
Sculpting. Well, my dad wouldn't let me bring any makeup or hair products on the show, which I didn't. So I said he had to iron my hair with an iron in the room. So we did that often on RX anyways. So we would have been good at that. He's going to kill me for telling y'all that.
Go ahead, Shane. You're jumping in there.
I mean, I obviously brought hair products, so sorry about that, Mallory. But, I mean, how awesome were those beards? Those beards were freaking amazing. I would have given, you know, all of my facial hair to have a chance to groom another man's beard.
I have never seen anything like that before. You know, I think in the States we're just used to, if somebody has a beard, it's like ZZ Top or Santa Claus. But you don't see and I've never, seriously, I've never even seen pictures of anything like that before.
Well, I think one of the things...
Like did they do that every day? Or this is just what, like for special occasions?
Those beards were a little out of control.
That was crazy. Go ahead, Ray.
One of the things that I always look for is to try to gauge how long you think it would take to do something. If you didn't know, I would probably pass on that. Neither one of those, you could really get a good idea as to how long it would take. I mean, the gingerbreads could have been spread under the snow or anything else, and I have no idea how long it takes to do a guy's beard like that, so it would have been a hard one to pick.
I think when you... Go ahead.
I think when you don't know, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I feel like when you don't know, if one doesn't stick out more than the other, I think you kind of go with the one that we're never going to braid someone's, or I guess style someone's beard again, so why not? So it's kind of, there's an element where you're just like, you want to do what's ever fun or different.
I don't think
I would be thinking, what the hell is going to be the quickest?
Justin does it every day, so.
Justin might know.
Yeah, I was going to get to him next. This guy has no hair products.
Don't worry about that. But Zev was our detour chooser, so I'm curious what we would have been doing on that one, Zev.
Fairy tale.
Fairy tale, that's what I thought. Because neither one of us have any idea what we're doing around a stylist situation.
Well, it was kind of interesting too, because it was snowing pretty hard, and I was thinking that, you know, did their little gingerbread cookies or whatever the hell they were get buried by the snow?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
And then when you get there, would you go with another couple? I mean, who the heck was it? Was it Rachel and Brendan and the two girls?
Yeah.
That were like side by side? Wouldn't you be like diving for them, trying to knock the other person out of the way? That was kind of odd, I thought.
Trying to bury them with the snow. You're like trying to hide them.
Well, it's like trying to get a cab. You go half a block up. If you're standing next, if you see somebody on the corner that you're going to wait on, you move half a block up so you can snake their cab. So you want to just like be moving out a little bit so you can, grab as many of those things as you can. Because I would figure that they'd be kind of hard to find, even though it didn't seem like it.
I think it kind of depends where you are in the pack. You know, if you're like, you think you're in the middle, then you work together not to be last. You know, but if you're dead last, then maybe you start throwing elbows.
I would think so too.
Yeah. Or you could just totally throw them off and be like, oh, don't pick that up. That's a turd. Kind of.
They were in plastic bags. If it was a turd, it must have been somebody that was a good neighbor at least.
So Kaylani would have to pick between pubes and turds. Detour.
Yeah.
Now, in this day and age, if anybody had pubes that long in this day and age, you know, you'd be kind of, especially after that show, it'd be kind of hard to get laid after that, I would think.
Well, they are coming.
Well, I don't know if it's a third world country. Going on to the yodelers. This guy, we have a still picture. This guy was my favorite. If you guys didn't notice, he looked completely normal when he was talking, but when he started yodeling, this is what he looked like. His eyes started popping out, and it went crossed. You know, that would like make me want to stay away from yodeling, if you ask me.
It looks like John Candy.
Oh, that looks a little painful.
Now, it was a pretty easy speed bump for them, though, don't you think?
I think it was
speed bumps are
thing.
always easy, but it's supposed to offset you by like 15 minutes, so I probably did that.
Yeah. Our speed bump was pretty easy. I mean, it was all I had to do was bungee jump out of in the middle of a shopping mall. I don't think that the speed bumps are meant to like kind of take you off too far off track. It's kind of just like, you know, basically like a speed bump. It's just meant to slow you down for a second and then get you right back on track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it
what we
didn't
had
slow
to do.
them
We
down.
had to,
No, not at all. They did great.
Yeah, in our season, they had to sit in a sauna for 10 minutes or something. It was
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah, that's not too bad at all. And they were, I thought that they were kind of easy on the judging too. I got nods over here from Shane. I saw some fucked
they're
up roofs of
biased,
those gingerbread houses look kind of fucked up, and they were
Yeah.
yeah. See, I wasn't the only one.
It seems to me sometimes like they're biased on who the person is, and not that the producers interfere with the race at all, but you know, it seems like, you know, Bopper and Mark, obviously they love having those guys around, so they might have been a little easy on the yodeling. Brendan and Rachel, always a good time to watch no matter what show they're on, so you know, they kind of seem to give a little leeway with certain people.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, the yodeling. I'm right there with you too, because that could have been. Because that could have been.
so bad.
That could have been a very tough one, though. I mean, really, that could have they could have been there for hours, especially the two Southern boys, if they were particular and about, you know, every little thing, or them getting all the notes right or something like that. But it just seemed like it was a drunken sing-along. Really. Exactly.
Yeah, I would like to see my dad try and do that. Also, their accents, they kind of sound like they're yodeling when they're talking like this. In Kentucky, we kind of yodel in our everyday speech, so I like
still
the
can't hear
yodeling.
Mallory.
You can? You can't.
Say that again?
I can.
I still
see me?
cannot hear Mallory.
Oh, really? I can.
I can't.
I can.
It's okay. Just play along and nod.
Okay,
like, you know,
yeah,
like
definitely.
you're, you know, it's like some guy at the bar that you really don't want to talk to, but he keeps talking to you, and you're nodding as you're looking around the bar.
Yep.
Yeah, Kaylani, Zeb says that I'm not on there.
No, shut up. I
Zeb,
told
sorry.
you what was happening.
We're best friends. That's how we fight.
Shut up!
He knows how to talk to the ladies.
Speaking of shut up, Ralph and Vanessa were going at it pretty good this episode.
That's great.
Oh
come
my
on, Kaylani.
God.
I saw your face. Your face lit up.
All
Let's
I
hear
have to
it.
say is, wow, like.
Amazing
just
Race
wow,
breaks up
like-
relationships.
You know, speaking from experience, I can tell you that the male-female partnerships always have that element. It seems like two guys, two girls together get along so much better, communicate so much better than if it's a guy and a girl, whatever dynamic it is. And I'm speaking
beg
from
to
experience
differ.
there. Really? Did you
There's
guys-
always exceptions to the rule.
Could be,
But I would
generally
think that
speaking.
I mean, like I told you guys, even when I talked to Jeff and Jordan, matter of fact, I need to call him and see if he'll join us one of these weeks. He's so burned out on reality right now. He's like, dude, I need a break. But he's like, dude, it would have been so much easier and so much more fun with one of your bros. Because you could just go, come on, motherfucker! But you can't do that with your...
Well, apparently you can.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Now, I
Take my fucking jacket!
Yeah.
what I liked is oh, and she's back.
There she is.
Right, she's getting her seat adjusted and her dog. Can you hear us?
It's not working good tonight.
You sound fine. You look fine.
Yep, it looks good.
Don't be sad.
All right, I'll
Just
sit
play
here.
along. Just play along like you're
Okay.
doing okay.
I'll just chime in here and there.
We have Kaylani playing along like she can actually hear Mallory, and Kat, you can play along like you can see yourself fine.
Okay, good.
So it's kind of like you're on the show where you're bullshitting half the time and trying to pretend emotions that you're really not feeling at the time.
Now,
Like Big Brother.
Yeah. Except for there's a lack of whispering in this show as opposed to Big Brother. Where Big Brother, you need supersonic hearing. That's the one thing that, like, to watch that show, it just can be really annoying. And believe me, if you ever been with my daughter, she would go like this and cup my ear and whisper stuff and go, And I go, I can't fucking hear you. If I can't hear you, nobody else can hear you. Don't worry about it. Just let me know. I find it very annoying. Anyhow, we have a clip of Ralph and Vanessa. Unless I'm screwing up these clips because I got too many marked down. I didn't cross them off. But I think the first clip should be Ralph and Vanessa. So...
Now, come on, we're 3.
Baby, I'm getting there.
I know, we're 3 right now. Come on, have some fun. Jeez, there you go.
Are you serious? Take it.
You're being stupid.
I'm being stupid. This is your jackass idea.
Walk faster.
No.
I've been asking you the whole way
Carry
up
this,
here.
please.
Anything else you need to carry, princess?
Maybe a little bit of class and dignity. Looks more like a juiced up hothead. Congratulations, just made YouTube.
That was my favorite clip of the whole episode, where she called a juiced up hothead. It's come on now. That is the little. Even if it's not true, it's really bullshit for her to say. If it is true, it's still bullshit of her to say on national TV. Yeah, my boyfriend's taking steroids and he's having roid rage right now.
What would have irked me more is if you continued the clip on. I think he said something like, I could care less, and she corrected him. I couldn't care less.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Pisses me
I'm
off.
glad she did that because people do get that wrong all the time. I was happy to hear that.
So it pissed Ray off and it made Justin happy.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't everyone take steroids before they go in the race, Zeb?
I thought it was just Lance Armstrong. But I'm
wrong race.
Yeah. So, but I thought that was like, I don't know, that's a bit much. Really. Everybody's kind of nodding their head, but everybody's quiet. Zeb, you haven't said shit. Jump in here, Jack.
I can't. You speak too much.
Go. I'm giving you the floor, man. I'm giving you the floor. Go.
Wait, I'm texting Justin.
You can just tell him right now.
Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah, break it down.
She
Come
looked
on, man.
like a huge bitch when she was complaining. She was complaining about walking uphill. I didn't get that.
Yeah, like it was his idea. What was his idea of doing the challenge?
What was his idea?
Yeah.
The challenge or doing the race. I wasn't quite sure. And how she threw
like a huge brat.
Like she threw her jacket at him. You carry my jacket.
Yeah.
It's really hard to carry a jacket.
It still goes back to I'm amazed at how well Megan and Shane did together because I've never been with a girl that I could do this with, ever. So I'm always whenever they're fighting.
I take it you're not still with your girlfriend.
That I could do. No, I'm not.
So are there a lot of couples that break up after The Amazing Race?
I mean, do you guys know any others who have really stuck it out afterwards? I guess Lance and Carrie, but maybe that was any update on them? You guys know?
I heard it was like 60-something% have broken up. Someone told me that somewhere. That's kind of crazy.
The reality TV is just not good for couples. There's only like handsful, and I think actually Big Brother has more successful couples than The Bachelor, which
really?
is to me is a joke.
Yeah.
Well, if you can stand someone living locked in solitary confinement with someone like that in Big Brother, then you could probably live through everyday life with them, I would imagine.
I think that with Big Brother, what is different about it is everything is so like sped up because when you're dating someone in real life. You meet them, a few days later you go out on a date. Maybe a week later you go out on another date. In the Big Brother house, you're like 24/7. This guy that you like is seeing you without makeup and with your sit cream on before you go to bed, with your hair all ratted out, and it just is what they wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning to crying in a bush. All kinds of.
Don't forget too that the type of people they cast are confrontational by nature. They're not.
Absolutely.
Usually one person that takes a backseat to the other. So you have people that are prone to argue, to fight, and just by their personalities, that's how they're cast in most.
It's all A types. And I'm sure it's the same. I'm sure it's the same on Amazing Race. They want the big outgoing personalities. You don't want these people that are like all quiet and you don't even know that they're in the goddamn race. They want the people that stand out. That they want people. They don't care if you win or lose. They want people that everyone's going to talk about. That's why they brought Rachel and Brendan on this year, because they knew every episode they're going to have crying scenes, fake tears and drama.
Well, there wasn't last
Every time
night.
she cries, I think of you, Deck.
You know, I got so much reaction from the fans. Were so disappointed that I left after a week because they wanted to see me get into it with Rachel. That was the number one thing that the fans said, was they wanted to see that confrontation with me and Suicide on live camera. If I ended up staying in the house.
Fake suicide.
Yeah, exactly. Fake suicide. But no, you did get the crying with Rachel. She cried for about 30 seconds until they completed their task. And then it was a complete bipolar flip where she's like, yay, we did it! You know?
She does that every single time.
All the time. Yeah, woo, woo. I would want to kill myself living with that.
She needs
you know?
some serious medication and a really good psychiatrist.
Zoloft.
I didn't see her on Big Brother. Was she like that on Big Brother as well?
Oh,
was
way
she
worse.
Popular for that reason?
Whoa, yes.
It's someone that they hated her the first season because of it. The second season, I think after Brendan left, and she seemed, when they're apart, they're much different. When they're together, it's very codependent type relationship.
Yeah.
Where it's, you know, she's with the fake tears and he's talking her off of the ledge. And, you know, it just goes round and round. And that's the way it is. But when she got voted out the first season that they were on, he was fine. And I even told him I would like to see him on.
Mallory?
Oh, I forgot y'all could see. Sorry.
I'm getting dizzy.
I'm slow.
And then when he was gone, and she seemed to be fine on her own. So it's just together that they're like that. We're getting a tour of Mallory's house.
Oh, yes.
Are you going to the
Sorry, it's a little bit
bathroom?
dirty. No, this is my room.
Of Nashville.
This is my room. Sorry.
Cribs.
No.
Oh, I was actually on a Cribs once. So I'll let everybody know. Set the spot up. Everybody know Puck from the real world?
Yeah.
Puck is a good friend of mine, and I was at his house when they did Cribs years way before Big Brother or anything like that. Puck's a good guy, but he's actually in the Twin Towers jail right now. We won't go into that. As I'm like letting that out of the bag. Whoops!
Delete.
Yeah. When your life is an open book. When you're like any of us, I actually called his house to talk to him, and his wife was giving me the scoop. I think I'm the only friend of his that she likes. Don't ask me why.
Good to
know. Another thing that, another quote of Vanessa's, when Vanessa and Ralph were fighting. She says, he's like, well, you make an effort. And she's like, I'm making an effort not to kill you right now. I about fell out of my seat. I was laughing my ass off.
That girl can be just straight evil sometimes. In the beginning, I really liked how she was just so mouthy.
Oh, you liked it because she was mouthy at Rachel.
Yes, somebody's got to give her a run for her money, but.
Well, you had the Border Patrol guys too, but Rachel and Brendan have been hovering towards the back, so they really haven't had a bunch of people talking shit about them. So yet. I'm sure the time will come. I'm sure we'll get there again. But to this point so far, it was in the beginning, and it's kind of like tailed off a little bit, probably because they've been in the back. Mark and Bopper made up some time this round here, huh?
Oh my God!
We got the
I
Southern
love
girls.
Mark and Bopper.
They're so funny.
I love when Mark is like building the gingerbread house, and he's going rah, 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 like laughing with the witch.
Oh, with the old witch?
Yeah, it reminded me of like a Jim Carrey, like when he was playing Vera from In Living
I thought you were going to say Fireman Bill.
I think they're like a reincarnation of all those other Kentucky couples they've had on the race, and just two guys this time, but Dave and Mary, Steve and Linda, Cole, and some of the others, and everybody loves them. They're funny. They're vulnerable. They're out of their element, and people seem to like that. They keep.
But but it's like a combination of them with like the Globetrotters and the Cowboys. They have like that theme music.
One white guy.
Yeah, I guess so. And Zev speaks.
Awesome.
Zing.
Yeah, that's what you're best for. Love it. No.
I was waiting. So are we stereotyping Kentucky people here?
No, I think it's a successful.
Mallory.
Well, they might have. I think casting might have in this case, but it's successful for them. People always gravitate.
But of course, casting is. That's what they do. The Jersey Shore's doing well on television. So what do they put on Big Brother? Enzo. Yo, what's going on? Yo, so they try to cash in on it. They see that it works. Jordan was the same way. She wasn't from Kentucky, but she was a very sympathetic character, very sweet. These guys are very, very nice. They've made it very apparent, and they tell you why they need the money, and it pulls on people's heartstrings, and the audience loves that. And I'm rooting for these guys.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Does anybody not like these guys? Anybody said fuck these guys?
It's funny how our state, the whole state of Kentucky seems to come together for the Kentucky teams too. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, it's crazy. There's already signs in Bopper and them's hometown. I mean,
you guys didn't fit that stereotype, though. You two didn't fit that stereotype.
Well, thank you.
No, I don't mean that in a negative way against them either. I didn't even realize you were from Kentucky. I mean, I do, obviously, at this point.
Kentucky Blue.
You're talking to Miss Kentucky right here.
Oh, yeah, I have my sash. You want to see it?
Is this part of the tour, Mallory?
Yeah, my closet's messy. Sorry.
Oh my God, it is messy. That's messier than my girlfriend's closet.
My dad's watching this to me. My room is messy.
Yeah, my girlfriend's like, hey.
My
Here in the other room.
What is?
You really have? Is that true? Oh.
Mallory, we went to Miss America, the Miss America pageant when you were there, and you were our favorite.
Oh, you did?
Yes, long before the race.
Erica.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're so cute.
Thank you. I didn't know y'all were there.
Yeah, you were the little bubbly one.
Oh, yeah.
Go figure.
Zev, where's your Miss Kentucky
So
hat?
bubbly.
I'm not. I'm Miss California.
He's very controversial.
Is that from RuPaul's Drag Race?
No, I didn't make it on that show.
Is that a mint julep you're drinking there, Mallory?
Oh, it's coffee. I like mint julep stuff. Do you?
Of course you do.
Derby with us.
I actually passed on the Derby the year of 9/11,
Sounds like
and
a
I
voice
changed
is
my
funny.
flight because I didn't want to go to the Kentucky Derby.
Why would you not want to go to the Kentucky Derby?
Because I was going to see some friends in New York. I wanted to go to a Jets game and some other stuff in New York, and I was going to DC. And I'm like, I'm going to DC. I don't want to go to Kentucky. So I changed my flight, but I was scheduled on the dullest flight. Now most people are going, God damn it, why wasn't he on that flight? But
No.
there's my little my 1 degree of separation from the 9/11 tragedy.
We're in on the Derby. That sounds great. I love
Yeah,
the Derby.
for sure.
I want to see. Go to your closet and let me see the hat you wore at the last Derby.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I'm gonna have that.
It's going to be as big as a patio umbrella. Everybody knows that already, right?
Uh-oh, here we go. There are some hat selections, but these are... No one wants to see this. Let's see.
This has really turned into Mallory's cribs. I love
Yeah,
it.
good.
Other things you have in your room.
No, this part is not very cool. Let's see. Oh, it's dark in this room.
Oh,
Was
Jeff,
that
while
a
she's doing that,
dildo?
find the Lakers shirt that you wore for the game last night.
No.
She has her hats in another room.
I do. I can't find them anywhere. Oh, well. Nobody wants to see
In
my
your hat room.
I'll get it for you next time, for sure.
You better be prepared next time.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
I'm getting dizzy.
I thought for sure. Oh, is she still looking?
I was actually looking for my Globetrotters jersey. I was
She's
gonna put it on.
hilarious.
I bet some of these teams. How can you go to the wrong castle? I mean, really, how can you go to the wrong castle? There were 3 castles there, right? And they said the Cinderella castle. Nobody's seen pictures of this growing up? The castle that inspired Cinderella's castle at Disneyland? And then you don't even check the name after you see two castles? Go ahead, you got something to say, Shane.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
You start the tour and you don't ask what castle you're at or if
they announced the castle.
There.
And
ridiculous. They're going to go through the whole tour.
Well, if they hadn't directed where they were going, Rachel and Brendan would have ended up in like South America because she thought
oh, that's right.
The whole Bolivia thing. So why not the castle?
Yeah.
Bavaria, Bolivia. What's the difference?
Oh, one of my other favorite Rachel moments is when they had to decide on the detour, and they're deciding between the beards or the fairy tale, and she's like, I don't even know what a beard is.
I feel like she just says anything. Like, she's full of shit. There's no, like, she just
says,
I don't know.
Yeah,
everything she says is so retarded that it's like, why are you even saying that?
No, it's mentally disabled. You can't say retarded anymore. Only I can say retarded. I've actually changed the word to tarded.
Tarded.
So is that the best representative that Big Brother can send to the race?
Yeah, well, it's all, I tell you, well, Jeff and Jordan, they didn't do shit.
Yeah.
So it's all about the drama. It's all about, they wanted to get people talking. You know it, I know. It's the same thing with Survivor. Look at who everybody's talking about on Survivor. It's Colton, the flaming gay guy that's, playing the princess with little bells on his toes. But everybody's talking about him because he's spotting off racist stuff. He's calling I was going to say the midget. He's calling the little person an Oompa Loompa and a munchkin and all of this other stuff. So, it's all good for sound bites. And they don't care how you look. You said it. They didn't say it. They're just broadcasting it. It's not CBS's problem. It's now your problem. So, and that's what got Jeff.
Watch a train wreck.
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? And that's what got Jeff in big trouble. The last 2 seasons he was on Big Brother. He called Russell a faggot on season 11, and it didn't make the air. But with Big Brother, you have the live feeds, and somebody's recording that the time it happens. They put it up on YouTube and everywhere, and all of a sudden Jeff is a homophobe. And then what did he say last season? He said something about Dumbledore. I think Kalia was saying that Dumbledore was written in Harry Potter books as a gay character, and Jeff flipped out. He's like, you can't have a gay guy teaching those little kids. And and everybody freaked out about it. But that didn't make air either because, Jeff is their golden boy, and they're not going to put that on television. But they do for Colton. Calling midgets Oompa Loompas and, little people Oompa Loompas.
I take offense to that totally.
The only people that didn't go to the didn't go to the wrong castle were the Jersey Boys. Actually, they actually did.
No, I thought there was 3. There was 3 different teams that went to the wrong castle, right?
Yeah, I think it was the 3 different teams.
Yeah, I think it was 3, but I wasn't sure. I couldn't believe.
Tour, and then another team. Bopper and Mark went to the wrong castle.
Thought you didn't
watch. How do you do that?
There ain't no castles in Kentucky.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if the dog agrees. If they tell you to go to Kentucky Derby and you're in Kentucky, you're just going to go to any racetrack, or you're going to ask somebody, what the hell track is this at?
Maybe you'd ask.
I don't know. The gnome knows.
There must have been something tricky about it.
No, the curling gnomes. Let's talk about curling the gnomes. That looked like a fun competition.
I would have loved to have done that. A little shuffleboard with gnomes.
I was very surprised at how much trouble that some of them had with that, though. I mean, how long should it take you to get it into the little circle? Come on.
Yeah, almost like 200 tries. Crazy.
Is that really? Is that what it was?
It really?
Or are you making that number up?
That's what they said.
No, it said it had a little number in the bottom corner of the screen. It was like 189 at one point or something.
Was that just for Neri and Jamie, though?
Yeah.
I think everyone else did it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Not everyone, but.
Yeah, that's kind of pathetic, really. I mean, how many tries should it really take you?
Well, apparently she's good at targets.
You know, Art and JJ did that really well,
bullshit.
but
yeah.
Go ahead.
Art and JJ actually, they have like a good like strategy going. Like they kind of like to just take their time on everything, and they don't get all like crazy. Try to rush through everything. They like actually take their time through each challenge to like make sure it's done right the first time, so that like they don't have to like fuck around with everything else. Excuse my language.
Oh my God! Don't say fuck.
No, it's true. Even when they, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say once again, I think when you have two males, two females, they have a little less conflict between them, and you know, the communication seems to be better. And they're both teams proved that. The first two were what those two and Holly Pushup or whatever that guy's name, the fitness guy. And his partner.
That was good.
As opposed to the roid rage guy.
Yeah.
I think it's like Joey and the Solution, right?
Are these guys the most boring guys? Is it just me? There's Joey Fitness and Dan. Oh, I forgot that they were even on the show.
You know, I just don't think they're your typical Jersey crazy boys. You know what I mean? I think they're actually really good guys. They're not like Ronnie or Pauly D or any of that.
Yeah. Yeah, Katie, what do you think?
Katie?
I think she's frozen. Or she's looking at porn.
I think she's texting Zeb.
She's Skype baiting with Molly.
Oh.
I think in the world of this ridiculous Jersey, you know, retard, you know, in this crazy world of reality TV with all these weird Jersey people, they're actually giving them a better name, and they still have that same physical stereotype. So it's kind of, you know, the race is always offering, you know, some different backgrounds and different disabilities and different experiences, and I think it's cool that the race is the show that's kind of showing these type of people in a better light than all the others, you know. So
upscale Jersey boys.
Yeah.
That's because they're not out there partying. They're playing for $1 million. They don't have time to go and do the Jersey stuff.
Yeah.
Jersey stuff.
Well, and you can tell which teams are focused on, you know, this is for $1 million. Every challenge, you know, even when I was in the Big Brother house, it was like, I looked at every challenge, every competition as this is for $1 million, because if I lose this, there goes my $500,000, you know, and the people I think that focus on that and, you know, try to get rid of the other bullshit, you know, put it to the side and focus on the task at hand are the people that have a better chance at doing this and doing it well.
Yeah, I think so, but I also think, I mean, my dad and I, we like had nothing to lose. We felt like we were so thankful to even be on the race in the first place. So every leg we were like, I was like, Dad, we're on the Amazing Race. Wake up, come on. I mean, we were really so excited to like be there. And I think that in a way took a lot of the stress away because the race is so hard. It's so hard.
I think that's a good point, because some people, that the stress does get to them if they focus on the $1 million too much. If you just enjoy the race and go run it like you're explaining, I think that you actually have a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
It's not life or death. Every move isn't life or death.
But I think that you can't lose focus on what it's about, and don't get mixed up in just the bullshit that sidetracks you. Whether it be in Big Brother, like the relationships and all this other crap.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you become too lax, and it's like, then you're like the Mississippi Girls, or like the girls, like the little, who are the two little cuties? Misa and Maya, that like, I mean, if you kind of get too relaxed and too kicked back about it, then you lose the edge in the competition part of it.
But you also can't get too cocky, because you can't be like, we dominated. I mean, you're going to look pretty dumb later down the road.
Definitely.
If you keep saying that. You're setting yourself up.
Yes.
Yep.
In our season, Zev, tell them about how much you hated season 14 being all competitive. Zebby did not like season 14.
Season 14.
What?
The people on the Unfinished Business season. Remember, they were all drama all the time?
More Luke and Margie, because they never took a break. They were always in race mode. So that was a little annoying.
Yeah.
I think every team has their way that they're going to function. I mean, to be honest, and everyone asks us all the time, like, Megan and I didn't think about the $1 million until the last leg on the flight to Vegas. But we were motivated to be in the race because we had been fans of the show and fans of the race since the first season. So for us, being uber competitive just in our sports life and regular life, we were able to transfer that over and not make it about the money. But still, you know, we still enjoyed ourselves. Like Zeb and Justin, we all still had a good time. And, you know, we knew when to turn it off and when to turn it on. But it wasn't like money.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the secret.
Yeah,
That's how you do well.
for sure. I think we were more interested in going to the next country. Like, I don't want to miss out on the next location and be like, oh, we could have gone there. So I think that was always the motivating thing. You can't think about the money because going into it, you're probably not going to win it.
But everyone functions different. If the money's your only motivator, then you got to focus on the money. If it's the traveling, then you focus on the traveling. If it's getting laid and meeting new people, then that's what you're focusing on.
I didn't know of anybody getting laid on the race in my season. I wasn't. Well,
somebody.
Somebody.
I don't want to say anything, but somebody obviously wasn't focused in your season 2 when you lose your passport before you even leave the fucking airport to start with.
I thought you were talking about Zeb, but then I realized you were talking about Kayla.
Hey, man,
what are you talking about? I won.
It's not that easy. It's that easy to hang on to your passport, dude.
Yeah. Raise your hand if you lost your passport.
That would be me. I found mine though.
Yeah.
I was saving
with the help of Twitter people.
You didn't find yours, some Twitter person.
That's right.
No.
Zeb found his too, but it was just too late.
Yeah, we
Hey,
told
thank
him where it was.
goodness. Yeah, Zeb, you got to do it twice because you lost it.
Yeah.
On our season, there was a lot of conniving going on, and you know, Boston Rob started that. And as a matter of fact, we were very tempted to steal their passports. They were sitting on a counter right in front of us. Decided not to do that, but
Bad decision.
Nobody lost it. Yeah, it would have made for good TV for sure. And how appropriate if we did it to Rob.
Exactly. I mean, CBS just loves this guy so much. They were just gonna keep putting him on until he won something. You know, he's on Survivor 4 times. He's on The Amazing Race twice. They paid for their goddamn wedding. You know, if you ever watched the first season of Survivor he was ever on, I truly never understood why they brought him back. He wasn't that good, and I didn't think he was that good of a character. But obviously, he was jacking off Probst or something because they loved him and they brought him back for All Stars.
Well, I'll tell you, he was a good racer. He was. I raced some legs with him, and he's good.
He did things that nobody else did in any season. So.
Well, didn't he drive past someone with a broken pelvis or something, kind of laughed and drove on, stopped and...
Yeah, that was our season. They flipped a Jeep and he drove by. But, you know, we stopped and we lost by 5 seconds on that same leg in a foot race.
I mean, he decided not to do a roadblock and convinced everybody else to not do it too. I mean, that's never been done before. So.
That's not completely accurate, but that's how it's edited.
Yeah, and they, of course, the producers, they edit a lot of things the way that they want, and on all of these shows. Matter of fact, if anybody was watching The Celebrity Apprentice, Adam Carolla got on his podcast and just really went off about why he lost, not last night, but the week before.
Yeah.
How the producers steered him in the wrong direction, and that's the reason that he lost his. They said that they wanted like Steve Jobs' Apple, and that's why Adam got up and he did the presentation for this automobile company, and that's why they lost. And he's like, this is bullshit. This is what the producer told me that they wanted. We did it. We delivered. And this is the reason that I lost. And this is the reason that I'm, off the show now.
But he also wouldn't have been eliminated. He wouldn't have been kicked out if he would have just put someone up.
Someone to the boardroom.
Yeah, well, Michael Andretti would have been kicked out like he should have been.
Yeah.
We watch too much TV, I feel.
No, we just watch reality TV.
I like that show, though. I do like that show.
I do too.
And I'm not going to talk about this one, but Shark Tank I'm liking. If anybody wants
awesome
that.
show.
I like
that. Guilty.
You told me that.
DVR it, watch it on Sunday night after the race.
Yeah, that's a fun show. It's it's the American Dream type of a show. Where some big money backer comes to an idea that you have, and overnight, boom, old Judd's a millionaire.
But that wine idea was dumb. I mean, come on, it's been done before.
Oh, the screen?
Yeah, it has those.
But
Anyway.
yeah, all it takes is somebody just going along with it and has the right marketing plan, and you build a better wheel. Okay, now this is I got a couple more points. Then we do have some video mail this week, so we'll go to that. Mark and Bopper, they kind of got to me, and I was kind of annoyed because I'm rooting these guys on, and there was twice when I saw both of them just walking. When you know that they're towards the back of the pack. And there was 2 different times. The first was when they were walking down from the castle.
Asthma attack.
I think that was a heart attack.
Oh, is that when he was praying? Thank you, God! Thank you, Lord!
He'll help you to the end.
Yeah, they better pray a little bit harder. But there was 2 different times where when they were going to the curling for the gnome, and then they're coming from the castle. When you should at least be jogging, man. I mean, step it up a bit.
I agree.
No, yes, maybe.
He was about to.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I agree with you. He was about to croak on that episode, so I don't know if he should have been jogging anymore. He would have been a goner.
I didn't really notice it, but now thinking that you said that, and then afterwards you're like, we left everything out on the field that we had today. We left it all out there. So obviously they didn't.
Yeah.
That was a great impersonation of that.
You gotta you can't help but to do impersonations of Southern people. It's very tough not to. And when you go to
no offense, Mallory.
When you go to a Chinese restaurant, it's hard not to make fun of the waiter. That's all I'm saying. Fried rice.
Oh, you like fried rice? No fried rice. Fried rice.
You just have to. It's almost mandatory in American society. Say what you want. We got our last clip. This is our favorite clip, and I'm not sure if they show it back to back with my favorite Rachel Fall from Big Brother, but let's see what they got for us.
Oh my God, are you okay? Holy manure!
Brendan and Rachel?
Yeah.
Oh, and here's Rachel's turn.
How many are y'all doing?
33? Like 1 mile.
Oh, Rachel! That's my favorite Rachel clip, falling face first into Jeff's crotch last season, Big Brother, and Brendan has to try to outdo her by slipping in manure and falling on his ass on the Amazing Race this season.
That pit stop location was awesome. I love the mat with the cows. It was pretty sweet.
And how they all turned for their photo shoot.
Yeah, of course they had to get the cows, moo.
Definitely, it brought new meaning to the phrase "eat shit."
Oh, I knew somebody was going to bring that one up. So who's our favorite to win? Let's go around the horn. Kat, before you end up getting booted out again or freezing. Kat?
Katie.
Dude, my computer is on such bad delay right now. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, you look good doing it. You're all right.
That's what I was going to say.
So
who's your favorite team?
Wrong with me because I have no idea what's happening.
Cats are slow one.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can just smile.
It's not always
pretty.
slow, just today. That's what I feel like. Laugh on key.
Her computer's just a little tarded.
It's in Bolivia.
Mallory, are you rooting for the Kentucky guys?
Yes. I have my Kentucky Blue on for them. They're good old boys. Like, they are just happy to be on the TV. They are happy to be around the world. They are just, they represent my state real well.
I wish I knew she was.
And they seem like really good-hearted guys.
They are. Yeah, they really are. Mm-hmm.
That one goes out to Brian. Very quick on the whip on that one. Megan and Shane, who's your favorites?
Anybody but Rachel and Brendan?
But there has to be somebody that you like more than the other ones.
We like Bopper and Mark. I think I feel like, I don't know if people aren't getting as much individual camera time or what, but no one's just like really exciting me So I'm going to default to Bopper and Mark, I guess.
That's what I was saying about Fitness Johnny or whatever the hell his name was.
Paulie Busho.
Yeah, I like
But
that.
a lot of times, like on all these shows, they don't highlight the teams who go far in the beginning. So maybe some of these teams who aren't getting as much shine are going to get more down the road. I like the fitness guys, the Jersey guys. So I'll go with them.
And I appreciate a team that wins and is great. So I think Art and JJ are deserving, but then it rubs me the wrong way when they're cocky. So if they were a little more modest, I'd be rooting for a team that deserves it.
In their defense, though, in Art and JJ's defense, not to interrupt, to be rude or anything, they might be a way that they kind of pep talk each other too, and they're just kind of getting a funky edit. Like they might be like, yes.
Oh, come on! They're a couple of cocky
thinking.
guys that are used to walking around with badges on their chest. Sending Mexicans back to Mexico.
You might you have to keep your partner motivated somehow. It might just be positive, positive
Yeah, but you can do that.
affirmations.
You can do that in the hotel room. You don't have to do that on your interviews.
But
I don't think the fact that they're showing them being cocky so often bodes well for them up the road. They're setting them up for a fall, and those comments are going to come back to haunt them.
Yeah.
You're smart. Yeah, I like you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Justin, who are you rooting for?
You so smart.
I'm definitely rooting for Bopper and Mark. I think they're the heart and soul of the show right now.
I'll go with that.
That was
That's a very good description. Absolutely.
Play the music now.
Zev,
What?
who are you rooting for?
Bopper and Mark.
We can see Jenna Jameson in the reflection of your glasses, bro.
Good one.
Ray, who are you rooting for?
I'm not really rooting for anybody. I don't think anybody does stand out, but I would tell you Bopper and Mark, I don't think they have a because of the fact that, so much of it is traveling and they have no experience in that. And somewhere up the road, that's going to really come back to
they have no
major
chance.
disadvantage.
They have no chance.
No chance.
One of the two guy teams, the Border Patrol agents or the fitness guys. I don't like either one. I really
Border Patrol agents, they got 3 wins in a row coming in first. They gave away.
Forward.
Say that again?
One was a fast forward, and then that led them to have such a big lead in the next day. So I don't really count that.
But the lead didn't help them. They all met
Yeah,
up
because
again.
they got on the first train. It was only them and 4 other teams. So
Yeah,
they only
but-
had to beat 3 other teams.
But they did.
Yeah.
So if they only had to beat 3 other teams, why couldn't they beat 7 other teams?
I don't know. They say it.
They still beat 3 teams.
This is very true.
Yeah.
Zev, you're too nice to Megan. You're mean to everyone else. You need to be mean to her. It's okay. I got
He's
your back.
afraid.
What? How much longer? I have to go.
How much longer? He's got to pull his pants back up and leave. I think we got like 5-7 minutes left. Let's go to video mailbags. We got our first clip right here.
Hi racers, I have 2 quick questions. First, were you surprised by the edit any of the teams on your season received? And 2, what do you think of the blatant product placement, like the challenge where they had to use the smart parking feature before they even got to the end of the challenge? Thanks.
Well, Amazing Race seems to do product placement more than just about any other show. Between Snapple, you had the Ford Focus with the backup thing. You had the Velocity Gnome. There's all kinds of that stuff in there.
Can you imagine what it costs to produce that show, though? All those locations and all the people, logistics, and you got to get your money any way you can. I think it's brilliant.
I didn't mind the product placement when it was Mercedes and Audi. That was cool. Now it's what, like the Ford Taurus.
But what was weird? They're gonna go to Italy.
Justin, they got one.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't mind
Yeah,
if
I
that
love my
placement would
car.
have pulled up.
Oh,
to
I
a
like those.
driveway.
Yeah, those are cool. No, those are
But
sweet.
what I didn't like is that they're in Italy and they were all getting all hyped up on the cars, and then it was about the Ford. It didn't really relate to me.
Yeah.
That didn't make sense.
They're showing all of these like the Lamborghinis and this and that as they're going down the row of sports cars and race cars, and then it's about an American subcompact.
Ford, yeah.
But a Model T,
I'll tell you right
but a
now.
Model T, which is an iconic car.
I'll tell you right now, though, Zev needs that automatic parking feature.
No, I don't.
Zev, last time we hung out, you ran into a car and a wall at the same time.
What? A car on a wall?
Just ask Brent. Ask Uncle B.
What did he just say to me? I can't hear
I
him.
did do that.
Best story ever. Oh.
You drove good on the way to the grocery store, Zebby, when I was there visiting you.
Yeah, you tell him.
So what was the first part of her question? The second part of her question was product placement. The first part was what?
The editing.
The editing. Of
Okay, so who wants to jump on that one?
Zebby.
She just wanted to know about our specific season. It was fine by me. I didn't really care.
I think it's pretty obvious what the producers want from each team, and they ask you questions to kind of guide you along that way. And if you're smart, you play up to it because it's your niche, it's your angle, and they can make you look any way you want. In my opinion, they could take you and edit you 10 different ways.
Yeah.
But they can't change anything that you say. And when people
No,
say
you give them. Right.
Right.
They can show you what they want to show you, though.
They can't use what you don't give them. Like they can just focus on a certain part of your personality, but that's because that's out there. I don't feel like they've ever really.
No, they don't
changed the way
create what you
somebody
do.
is.
They
No, absolutely.
That's what you sign up
and the
for.
way that
I'm
they
okay
mix
with that.
things up, that sometimes things aren't in order, that reactions are not have anything to do with the reactions that they're showing to a certain situation and things like that. But when it comes to things that you said, and this always happens on Big Brother, is I said they can't show it if you didn't say it. So
I agree with that.
I think that the characters could be over or under exaggerated, but the race is real to her. I mean, it is just as real and just as hard and just as emotional, I think, as it looks.
I agree, Mallory, except I think for first-time racers, for second-time racers, and for people who've been on other reality shows, I think that you go into it with already you're gonna be funny or you're going to play this role. So I think it's we were for us it was so natural, all race. We didn't even think about TV, and we were super vanilla and boring, and that was the edit we got, and that's what it was. But if we did it again, and it probably wouldn't be a good thing, we would probably try and be a little different, not be ourselves, but have a different attitude, kind of.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, you have to. I think that suggestions for anyone that is going to be on any of these shows is you have to keep in mind that you do have a goal in these shows, but you have to remember that it is a television show, and these people need to produce a television show. So you got to throw them a bone here and there.
But make sure you're yourself. If you throw a bone, make sure you just accentuate what is interesting about you. Don't create something that you're not.
You're absolutely right. I always tell people when they ask about casting is be yourself, turn it up to 11. You ever see Spinal Tap? Turn it up to 11. That way it's nothing that you're not. It is who you are. Just magnify who you are and your personality.
Right.
And that's the best way to get on because they're looking for specific types, so on and so forth anyhow. So if you're not that type, you're not going to make it on. But, there's 40, 50 million people vying for your spot. And, there's only so many spots per season. Only, the show's only been on, what is this, the 23rd, 24th season?
20th.
That's right. They started off one season a year. 20th season. So, but you have to stand out from all of these other audition tapes and whether you go to casting call or you're sending in a tape. Let's go to our next video mailbag.
Woohoo! Let's do it!
Hey, this question is for the Amazing Race panel. If the Amazing Race 20 were to go to Hawaii and Brendan or Rachel were to fall into a volcano, would the other one be stupid enough to jump in after them? I actually think Brendan would probably be stupid enough to jump in and try to save Rachel. Rachel would just stand there with her stupid clown face, and probably just not care and move on. And she'd probably try to win the race herself and win the $1 million because she's a greedy bitch. All right. Thanks, guys. Later.
Was that a question?
I think it was
statement.
Yeah, that was more of a statement than a question. But
I think he should be on the panel.
Maybe we'll invite him next week.
Yeah.
But
he forgot that Rachel could possibly sit there and cry fake tears.
Now, if Rachel was to fall in the volcano, I would be celebrating, number one. Number two, because Brendan is getting his PhD, I think that he would MacGyver something and pull her out of the volcano. At least her ashes, he would fish them out. I think
he's going to quit on his PhD.
Yeah.
Well,
why would he possibly do that?
She outed him on that on The Amazing Race, and then we have the Vanessa outing Roid Rage on the other guy. I can't wait for next week. Let's go to the next video mailbag and see what we got.
Hello, I have a couple of quick questions here. Out of the remaining teams, who do you feel will make the final 3 teams? And I noticed on Brennan's bio that he was asked the question, who does your partner most remind you of? And he put Scarlett Johansson. So please explain, everyone, what are the characteristics that you see that Brandon Woodson thinks?
These are funny.
Oh, that's our 2-minute warning. So we're gonna wrap it up. So Kaylani, you like that question? Go for it.
Oh, I don't know.
Get a divorce.
I forgot what the question was. No, I didn't. I don't know why he would ever put Scarlett Johansson. Their whole relationship confuses me in the first place.
I think
maybe her hair is scarlet.
I think because when they're having sex, he just closes his eyes and pictures Scarlett Johansson. That's my guess.
I don't know.
He's looking at Zeb's looking at naked pictures of Scarlett Johansson right now.
For your daughter.
Oh!
What did he just say?
I said he's looking at naked pictures of my daughter.
Oh my God.
Is that 2 minutes up?
Honey, I told you.
It's better than trying to find naked pictures of Brendan on Skype.
Oh, there's plenty.
Skype baiting.
We'll put up that link next week, as a matter of fact, if anybody.
No one answered her first question. I feel bad.
Her first question was your final 3, right?
Oh, my final 3. I'm gonna say Brendan, Rachel, Art and JJ, and Mark and Barbara. That's what I say.
No, we got 2 consensus.
Okay.
Zeb, who's your final 3? Sorry. Go ahead.
JJ, those girls who came in last yesterday, I think they're gonna figure some stuff out. And
they got eliminated.
No, not the ones that came in last in the race. Neri and the 2
Neri
top
and
girls.
Jamie.
Yeah, Neri and Jamie.
The federal agents.
And I don't know. I don't care.
I'll say Art and JJ and the 2 Rachels.
I think you're right in the money there.
There's no way Rachel and Brendan are making it to the finals. Because she's going to have to do a roadblock, and she won't be able to do it.
She's actually good at challenges. Like, she's really...
She's actually got a nice competitive edge to her.
They're both very, very competitive. That I can attest to after watching 2 seasons of Big Brother. They're both very competitive.
I mean, if you can put on a muzzle with them, like, during the challenges so they didn't whine so much, then it would be fine.
I think they're just geniuses, and they make you really think that they're not going to do well, and then they pull through, and you're like, wow.
Are you talking about the genius like Rain Man, the idiot savants? Where they're peeing in their underwear, but they can figure out, a physics problem in 2.2 seconds.
Well, no, because she couldn't figure out the division that actually Mark had to help her on, so.
Oh, this is very true. Now, wasn't she supposed to have a degree in some kind of chemistry or something? I remember this from the first season.
Alcohol chemistry.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a mixology?
He has a PhD in reality.
I think she actually just memorized the periodic table of all this. That's it.
I want to let everybody in on. Do you guys know that Rachel has started a new business with her Big Brother money? Actually, 2 things. She's put money into some comedy troupe in Burbank, But the business that she started is she wants to take your pets on vacation and send you pictures of them having a good time.
No.
I swear to God.
No, you're not.
I swear to God.
But oddly, it's probably genius.
No.
I'm serious. As weird as that sounds.
I disagree.
I'm telling you.
You would think if anywhere in the world this would work, it would be Hollywood, Beverly Hills, LA, somewhere. I think it's called Pet Adventures, isn't it?
Wasn't that on like Best in Show, like that movie Best in Show? Anyone?
She'll take your pets on vacation, take pictures, and send them back to you.
Most new businesses fail in the first year. I think she's setting out to prove that.
Do we have any more video mailbag, or is that it for the evening? That is it. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for showing up once again, and I'm sure that we'll have some more interesting things to talk about next week, and I hope to see all you guys back again.
Sweet.
Love you,
Thanks,
Zevin.
guys.
Justin, guys. Peace.
Good to see all of you guys.
Thanks, guys.